another quick case study. You know what happens to me is I go onto these links on Facebook. I always see them come up, and this anxiety, depression kind of Facebook page. And every time I see someone, then they're like, I can't handle it anymore. I'm gonna give up. It's over for me. You know, we've all been there. We've all been there in our lives. You know, when I was younger, my thing was I wanted to know. In a sense, I broke myself down to build myself up because I wanted to know what is the secret to depression. Why do people get depressed? Why are people anxious? And this is why I stumble across all my stuff like acupuncture. I did a degree in Chinese medicine, and I stumbled across loads of things, and I come to the point of, yes, I understand now what it is and why it happens. And it's not really complicated, but it is quite complicated. There's kind of two levels of it. So we as people, we look at the mental side of it. We'll go, you've got a mental issue because stuff in the past. And, we'll go over stuff in the past, or we'll talk to people about certain things that, have happened to them in the past, and I'd say it could be it, but it's not really it, all right? And why we see mental health on the rise nowadays is because everyone's saying it's on the rise. It's because of the diet. Believe it or not, it's just the diet. Like I always say to you, a lion eats meat, a gorilla eats, foliage and little bits of insects and some meat. Cows eat grass and insects, believe it or not. Humans eat processed food. So we've come away from our natural diet into eating a diet that's not natural for our system. So we're so deficient in nutrients that our body doesn't function properly. We're tired, our brain's tired. We don't have the, chemicals that our brain needs to actually function properly. So we end up with a fatigued brain, can't control the body, can't control the brain. We're all over the place. And so that's one point of it. So also when you see these people on these sites and you say, I can't control it, all it is your subconscious is always there. It's always going to protect you. It's in protective mode. It might not be that protective. Some people it's overprotective because they might have had a lot of trauma, and now the subconscious is on overprotection for them. So it does certain things. It might stir up certain emotions when it feels that person's in danger in order to get them away from that danger. All right. But that person's only going to feel bad if their body's not right. They're not looking after themselves. So for instance, if case one, after that person got hit by a car, really badly, and he was not looking after himself, every time he went out into the street, he'll be anxious about it. Oh, look, car, anxious. Case two, if that person was looking after themselves, their brain had everything it needs, their body was looked after, their gut was looked after, everything was looked after. When they saw that car, it would be more like intuition. They would understand. It would be intuition for them. But the difference is we've gone so far from our natural diets and we're eating so badly that we're so deficient that nothing in our body can function properly. So we're tired, we're fatigued, and now the brain we can hear it overreacts. So the reality is you see people on these sites saying I'm suicidal, and a lot of it's down to their diet. They correct their diet, not just eat well, because like I always say, eating well and eating what your body needs are two different things. I can have loads of, whole grains, whatever. That doesn't mean my body needs it. That's what we're being told. Oh, you need whole grains. No, you need what your body needs. You need what your body needs to make stuff. And that's the way you got to eat. Right, that's your natural diet. But you could say, I want to be a vegan. Okay, be a vegan. But if you don't get the ingredients that your body needs, you're going to suffer. So I see a lot of vegans that are anxious all the time. Anxious, problems with their skin. And I'm not saying that just because I might have my own preference, but I see it. And that's because they're not eating natural to what their body needs. They're only eating out of a choice. You know what your body needs. I mean, physiologically, we need we need meat because we've got acid in our stomach, but some people deny it. Maybe as we get older, your need for meat and proteins becomes less, but as you're growing, you need meat and stuff, right? Otherwise you end up with issues. This is just how the body is. I'm not saying you have to do it, but I see a lot of vegetarians and vegans. I try to help them. I try and work with them, but you know what? It's not that easy. They always maybe end up with issues because they're going against what their body needs, right? So first thing is fix your body. Make sure your brain has all the chemicals it needs. Your brain needs fats, all things that stop inflammation. If you've got inflammation in the brain from not having enough fatty acids, you know, there's gonna be heat in the brain. You're gonna feel like you're all over the place because your brain needs fatty acids. It loves running on fatty acids. It needs like your EPAs, DHA. It needs, you know, I don't know. You need neurotransmitters in the brain. They need to be balanced. This is what your brain needs. It's got such a function. It needs so many things. But if you've eaten nothing in the past year, that's going to help your brain. Or even like, you know, people don't eat anything at all. You're going to end up having problems. Anyway, guys, any problems, just give me a chat. Give me a call, sorry, and then we'll have a chat. Thanks.